Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald. His team making the long flight. Always difficult to play the 1 o'clock Eastern game when the West Coast team feels like it's 10 a.m. on their body clock.
Can't hear it no more. Spin it to the man, can't feel it no more. So again, don't feel it no more. Let it jump in a minute, but can't steer it no more. I know wave and made chilling on shore. It used to be a bitch when you're inside.
Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson set to get this one started. Should be a wet one. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss. And he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. They get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today. They've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
They'll run it for the first time. Here comes Zach Charbonnet. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. This is 3rd and 6. Now, Darnold. It's complete. He's got pop. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Gets that one to the veteran Lazard. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it out of the gun with Charbonnet. Finding space at the 15. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting it
to the goal line and in. Elijah Arroyo. Touchdown, Seattle. That his 2nd TD catch of the season.
You know, it's funny, Mike. I think in conditions like this, when you play games in these elements, everyone assumes it puts a lot of pressure on the offense, and it's actually the contrary. The offense knows where they're going. They can collect their feet, they can collect their weight, but it's the defense that is more of a reactive state, and those are the guys that have a hard time keeping their footing. You see them slipping and falling, so early offensive success doesn't really surprise me, and now they have the ability to play from a lead.
Now return coming from the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by the first-round pick in 2025 out of Ole Miss. It's Jackson Dart.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. If he does that, I tell you what, I really like their chances.
And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 5.
Here we go.
He'll go again with Scatterboo. Still churning, but he lost the football.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, like, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
A run straight ahead. That's Scatterboo. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 on the Seahawks 34-yard line.
Once again, it's Scatterboo. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll go with the sneak. And he will have a Giants 1st down. At least at first glance. They'll spot the football just beyond the marker. And they convert on 3rd and inches.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory. And certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short. Gets a fresh set of downs. And now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Again, out of the gun, and it's Scatterboo. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage. And I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet you he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
Get this into the hands of Nabel. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
He's got his man complete to Johnson. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Here's the toss to Scatterboo, heavy right. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal coming up. He takes this down to about the 5.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
They'll run. It's Scatterboo. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. Out of the gun, here comes Dart. That is caught, and he's in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Now, for the point after. He knocks it through. And the Giants come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And no return here. This is a touchback. The Seahawks offense going to take over now for the second time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Ooh. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers. It's a gain of 9. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second and inches. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes. Brian Burns getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Seahawks.
Here we go, set. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. All even on the scoreboard. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter as they've got it with first and 10. Charbonnet in the back, and he goes straight ahead. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And caught outside, it's complete. They gain 18 yards on that one. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down.
They bring the tight end in motion. They'll run it on first down with Charbonnet. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4.
At the 16-yard line.
Cup in motion. Again, they'll give it to Charbonnet. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten the yards, but it will set up third down.
Gain of 2 brings up third and 2.
They'll try and run for this with Charbonnet. And he will have the Seahawks first down by about a yard. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
First down. A gain of 3 on the play. And the Seahawks.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And you'll get about 6 there. Setting up 2nd down.
Here's brought down at the 4-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's a jet sweep with Kupp. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Dexter Lawrence. He's pinned to drop him for a sack. And that will bring up 4th down. Here comes Blake Grupe for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. Grupe's kick is good. And the Seahawks will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. They'll run with Charbonnet. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up
2nd and goal. They run on the jet sweep. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. Now this looks like a design run, and he will take it in himself. Sam Darnold, touchdown Seahawks. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchdown. The Giants offense and running back Cam Scalaboo headed out for their next possession. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently 2nd in that category. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Scalaboo. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple. Up the middle with Scalaboo. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Right back to Scalaboo on first down. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's closing in on 100 yards already. 1st and 10. a shotgun. It's done. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he's going to be taken down as we hit a 2-minute warning here in this first half.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Dart on first and 10. They try to work the screen with Scalaboo. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
And he's going to pick up the first down. He'll get down to the 15-yard line.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
Here's Scalaboo. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Look him up on a second down and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Wan'Dale Robinson, the one he was looking for that time. And it's going to be third down. Looking to throw. It's Dart. And that is incomplete. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. The Giants field goal unit out on the field. This from 30 yards out. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Giants are back within 4 at 14-10.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
He's going to let Bethel bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. The Seahawks offense and running back Zach Charbonnet set to go again. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with first and 10. He'll locate Cup. Now Seattle's going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Timeout Seahawks, that is their second. The clock is stopped at 26 seconds until the break. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Darnold to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Second and 12 at the 45-yard line.
play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. To throw again is Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And their only realistic chance to end the half with points is to throw the ball near the sideline, gain as many yards as you can, and then hopefully either get yourself in position to kick the field goal or at the very least in position where you can attempt a Hail Mary.
And now he's got a man open deep downfield. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Here comes Blake Grupe for this field goal try. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10.
Nice job there securing points with that final play. Of course, they would have loved to have come away from that possession with a touchdown, but I think they're going to be happy with 3 going into the break.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Let's go.
On first down, Dart. It's made right side. It's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. On the return, it is Tyrone Tracy. And it'll be brought. Down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 27-yard line.
The drive will begin with a run by Scatterboo. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
On second down, Dart. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
10 yards to go.
Here we go, Shaq. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Hawk 19. Hawk 19. Let's go.
Throwing is Dart. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good shot separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
Gillen in punt formation.
So on fourth down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Yeah, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. That brings up second.
They'll go again here with Charbonnet. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Third down, 3 to go.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing, Darnold. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he puts his head down and he picks up the first down.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. It's a gain of 6. First down to the Seahawks.
Here's a run inside and it's Charbonnet. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. A run here right side, and it's Charbonnet. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
5-yard gain.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Putting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Here comes the jet sweep. He'll get to the edge, but unsuccessfully stopped there for no gain. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. Darnold. Up brings it in left side. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold him to a short game. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 9. Here's Darnold. For the middle, it's caught. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. A gain of 9 yards. First down.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And that one shut down almost immediately. Good pressure from the backside. Left them nowhere to go. And no gain. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
At the 15-yard line.
Give to Charbonnet. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Darnold now to throw. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. Darius Alexander. He's in there to drop him. And it leads to 4th down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Tracy now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Giants offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Get started with 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
To throw is Dart. Now a short one, caught by the tight end Johnson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. From the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
34-yard line.
Here's Dart. This one is caught by Robinson. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Dart. Throw, right side, taken in by Neighbors. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35.
Gain of 26 yards.
Here's 1st and 10.
That's another Giants first down.
18 guard,
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Let's go.
A run straight ahead at Scattergood. But it's very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Throwing. Dart. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
That's another Giants first down. First and 10.
Now, Dart. And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there as time has expired. The 3rd quarter has come to an end. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here comes Dart. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. To the air again goes Dart. That's complete. It's Malik Neighbors. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
And the Giants first down. First down and 10 yards to go.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator should.
And he will score! Game on! Cam Scattergood! Touchdown, Giants! Extra point attempt still to come. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. And he will not attempt to return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Starting this drive on the ground, here comes Charbonnet. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Dump this off to Charbonnet. Complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 17 yards, the gain there. 1st down, Seattle.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Now, Darnold. That one on target to Cup. It'll be taken down. Rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down. A big one here in the 4th quarter. A pickup up of 44 yards. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Seattle. His second rushing touchdown of the year. On comes Blake Grupe for the PAT. He's got it. And the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Giants 17.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Tracy now to return it, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. Left side in the hands of Neighbors. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Dart on 1st and 10. This one intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Here we go, set. Set.
He'll get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Here's 2nd and 6.
Set.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That's caught. Left side, it's complete. And he will have a 1st down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. That one on the tackle, Abraham Lucas. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the 1st down. And that brings up 4th downs.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Throwing is Dart. That's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Go! 70 Timberwolves. Warriors 70.
On 1st and 10, here is Dart. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. He looks free, right side.
Yeah, that's just a mistake by this quarterback, Mike. That's just really inexcusable. You can't continue to push your luck. At a level like this, against defenders this good, you continue to put the ball in harm's way, eventually, they're going to make you pay.
That's going to wind up incomplete. They tried for two, and it does not pan out.
I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
79 Broncos. Tag. 70 Lions. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Take over.
On first down, Dart escaping to his left. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Buffalo 18.
To throw, it's Dart on first and 10. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
60 Bobcat.
Looking to throw. It's Dart. He'll get that out to Scattergood. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Dart going to throw it again. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Hit by the rookie out of Ohio State. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys first and 10 in the red zone. A handoff as they try to run it here. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here comes second and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. He'll locate Kupp. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Seahawks will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do this next possession. They'll do so with first and 10. start this drive. Here we go. One final play. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the visiting Seahawks. They were forced to travel cross-country to get the early start.
Jumbo jet. It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No. When I feel heavy metal.
Of a model, that's so typical. Body of Adonis, that's so typical. Treat like a god, ugh, that's so typical. And he's still modest, so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical and visual, I feel like the one. Yeah, I wake up every morning and thank God for my lungs. Cause I'm breathing so good, I know I don't have to run. When you're looking this good, no one can tell you to jump, to swim. Yeah, I'm trying to ride the wave, I'm trying to get me paid, I'm trying to move and shake, I'm trying to walk away. I swear my wrists are great, I'm getting used to change.